try and turn it around?
They are two different organizations held obviously within a pit lane just 400 meters apart. Mercedes is an organization that has been well funded for many, many years and has all the toys that you may wish. And Williams has gone through a number of hardships, really. It's really over the last 15 years, if you look at it, it hasn't quite had the investment required to keep up with the levels of others. It's done incredibly well with the resources it has. There are still a tremendous number of good people there that want success, that want performance and want to move forward. It's now really what I would call a transformational period. It's in a journey and everyone buys into that journey. We have good investment, we have good foresight of where we need to go. And how it is no different. You still have people that get out of bed in the morning who just want to go and run racing cars to the best of their ability. What we need now is just to pull the team together, give good direction, and just make sure we move all forwards in the right way.
So, lead strategist at Mercedes, but definitely had your hands in a lot of other parts, very involved across the team. Now in this new role, I'd love to know, what is it that you're most excited about?
I mean, as with all of us, when you migrate from knowing one thing for many, many years, I mean, remembering that it was 20 odd years that I was at the previous place and had, as how do you describe it, the fortune of doing strategy, but then moving on to many of the other tasks that Toto and myself worked on, including strategy, not just of the team, but of the sport, of other organizations and Mercedes. It gave me a formation to this, but clearly not the full picture of everything that I'm going to expect here. However, every day is exciting simply because you're using skills that you've built previously and having to really explore the limits of what you're aware of. I think for me personally, I have a lot of learning clearly to do. I'm against my peers, the 9 other peers have been doing this for many, many years and are very experienced at what they're doing, but I think I'll hold my own.
Well, I mean, look, we all hope that you absolutely do. It's quite rare actually for a team to go into a season without a technical director per se. Is that one of the first things that you're looking to do, one of the first tasks at hand?
Yeah, absolutely. I was asked this question the other day. We have someone standing in who's doing an incredible job as the technical director, normally a chief designer, but clearly the organization is creaking as a result of just not having the technical people that we need in place. And the first task, therefore, is to make sure that we provide technical knowledge required to move forwards. So absolutely on my agenda is not just that, it's just making sure that we have all the departments, technical departments, filled with the correct people.
Now you've got Logan Sargent and Alex Albon as drivers in your teams, 2 of which have neither been in your ecosystem in the past, so very new drive to you. I'd like to know from your perspective what you make of your team.
Personally, not to correct you too much, but Alex I've known for many years. So he was in the Mercedes Sim, worked with him for many years before he then went on. Exceptional driver, and I don't think he ever properly got his chance in the sport, and he is with us. I like him. He's a leader. His feedback is on point. He is hyper competitive. Pull the helmet on, and he is there wanting everything possible, and I love that about him. Logan, obviously, we brought him up through his junior career, funded him to get here. He's a professional driver with us, and he is earning his place so far. In testing, he did some laps that were really quite impressive. And then today, for his first proper sortie in these conditions, he's there or thereabouts. There's a lot to learn. I mean, as you know with this, it's a tremendous amount in a very short space of time, but I've been really impressed with him.
Fantastic. Can he get Jenson Button working any harder? I mean,
any harder?
Any harder? I mean,
I haven't seen him yet.
He's on the Williams books. I mean, that's the thing. You can crack the whip now. You can tell, get out of bed and get over here. Now train our drivers.
Right, Jenson, as you know, is a great ambassador for us. I've known him for we won a championship together, so you'll never forget that. But yeah, he works hard enough.
Yeah, it's exciting times. We know that, but I mean, it really is. It's the most exciting point, do you think, in your Formula One career, just from a personal perspective? It must feel like a huge threshold.
They all are. There's no one significant point you come across that you think that's the most exciting, because whatever you learned previously, you build on. I mean, I've had a number of journeys. This is just a new chapter to me, but it's an incredible one.
So we don't know yet how long your journey here is going to be, but I'd like to know if you've already set a goal for yourself, let's say, within the team.
The main thing is this. What I want to see is positive progress, and it won't be weeks or months. It will be more than that. It's on a year time scale. I've already said publicly that no short-term solutions, everything is long-term. And the goal for myself is that externally, without data, without knowing what's going on in the team, everyone looks at us and goes, okay, that's an organization that's moving forward.
James,
fantastic.
many congratulations on the appointment. We wish you well for this year, and come see us whenever you want.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Good
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you
James.
so much.
Okay, let's go to the Sky Pad. Ant is there. What have you got for us, Tone?
Really interesting there, listening to James Vowles. Yeah, I think, maybe if he keeps progressing the way that he's saying and learning as much as he can, maybe he'll have a car one day to rival this car on the left-hand side and join the fray right at the sharp end, as Alonso's enjoying now, taking the fight to Perez on the right-hand side. I'm just going to stop it here towards the first braking zone. The 100-meter ball comes at Fernando just ever so slightly earlier than it does for Perez. So good straight line speed down the first straight. We'll get onto that later on. Out of turn 2, looks like the rear end on both cars sticking well, both on the soft compound, of course.